I challenge people with is that go try any of our competitors and go try our platform. I challenge them that our UI will be better, will be simpler, it'll be easy to understand, and you will be able to create an automation in 2 minutes without thinking, okay, did I do everything right?
One personality where you are the co-founder of Zorcha, and the other personality where you are posting content on Instagram. Like, tell me if it is for your personal brand or is it anyway helping Zorcha out?
There is an AI tool for everything, and in most cases, it is 10x faster and 5x better. Some people figure it out in the first go, some people take 10 attempts, some people take 100 attempts. You will make it if you are willing to make it no matter how many attempts.
Today we have the co-founder of a very famous DM automation application, Zorcha, who is also the author of the book It's All About Money with us today. And we are going to talk about money, business, and marketing with him, and hopefully try to learn some of those things up. So I welcome Archit Mehrotra on the AIBROS Show. So how are you
Thank you.
doing,
Thank you.
Archit?
Very well. Thank you for having me.
All right. Yeah, yeah. So, like, let's start with where are you originally from and where are you right now? Because you are traveling the world. So, let's be very
So,
specific. Where are you right now?
I'm originally from Kanpur, and I started
Okay.
Zorcha from Kanpur. Then I moved to Bangalore,
Mm-hmm.
and currently I'm in Vietnam. So we
Okay.
are trying to expand
Okay.
to many other countries. We are starting with the ones that do not require any specific data. They don't have any specific data laws that we need to adhere to. So we are starting with those countries, and also the countries wherein our competitors aren't present right now. So it's just
Mm-hmm.
the idea is to capture market before like have the first mover advantage in these markets. And once we have US GDPR compliance in the GDPR compliance in place, once we have the California Resident Act in place, then we will move to Europe and US as well.
Amazing, amazing. Sounds good. So, to begin with, let's start with what Zorcha is. So, can you please walk us through an overview of what Zorcha is? Let's keep all the explanation in layman language so that everyone can connect. And also tell all of us how the platform functions, like right from the start till the end.
Okay, so it's like the core of Zorcha is DM automation. Of course, we have
Mm-hmm.
some features, some add-on features, and some side features as well. But the core is DM automation.
Mm-hmm.
So you must have seen those reels in which creators say, "Comment this word, and I'll send you a link." Or on LinkedIn, maybe you would have seen this
Mm-hmm.
post that says, "Comment this, comment the word PDF, and I'll send you a free ebook or something of that sort." So whenever that happens,
Mm-hmm.
these comment replies are not done manually. So most of these reels, posts, and carousels, they get like thousands of comments, and it is not possible for any creator to go there and reply to all of these comments manually. So this it's an
Mm-hmm.
automated process, and that automation happens through our website. So what how it
Mm-hmm.
basically works is that you come on our platform, you connect your Instagram to our platform, then in your dashboard, you go to setup automations. You pick the post or the reel for which you want to create the automation. Then you set up a keyword. You say, okay, if anyone comments this particular keyword on this particular post or reel, then send them this comment reply and send them this DM. So you have to set up four things. First is you have
Mm-hmm.
to select the post for which the automation will work. Then you have to set up the keyword which will trigger the automation. Then you have to mention a comment reply. So whenever someone comments that keyword, what reply you want to send to them in the comment section. And then you specify a DM reply. Okay, so now you've replied to them in the comment section, but you need to send a link or something in the DM. So what is that going to be? And that you send that. So now this is the core of Zorcha. But there are multiple add-on features. So like there's this follower check feature, which basically says that if someone is not following you, then you do not send them the link. You first send a request to them that they follow you, and if they follow you, then you send them the link. So if you click the toggle which says automatically ask for a follow, then what will happen is, if when someone comments the trigger word, then Zorcha will first check if that user follows you or not. If they follow you, then Zorcha will send the link. If they don't follow you, then Zorcha will send a message which says, "Oh, it seems you don't follow us. Please give us a follow, and we send you the link." It'll have two buttons. One will take the user to your profile so that they can follow you there, and the second button will be "I'm following," which is like their declaration that, okay, I have followed you now. Once they click on "I'm following," we will again check if they have actually followed or not. If they have, then we send the link. If not, then we send another message. So that sequence goes
Mhm.
on, and we can also record this, so any user of Zorcha on the platform can see how many followers they got in a week, in a month, in a day, because of Zorcha. And right now our users are gaining almost 32,000 followers every day. So that's where we are at now.
Amazing. Amazing, amazing.
Yeah.
So, is this all automation limited to Instagram right now, or are you planning in future to extend this to some other social media as well?
So even if that happens, even if we move to a different social media, that is not in the near future. In the near future, we are working on some other features. Like one feature is collect emails. So a lot of people want to build their own
Mm.
newsletters, or they want to
Right.
uh, safeguard their distribution, because if your distribution is only on Instagram, then it's a risk. What if you lose your
Mm.
account? What if you get banned for some reason? What if your account gets blocked for some reason? So
Mm.
having good email list is very valuable. So we are adding this feature wherein you can do data collection. So you can ask your users for their email, or for their phone number, or for anything uh, that you want to collect from them. So that is a feature that we're adding. And then we're adding this AI feature, wherein the AI will be able to text on your behalf. So there are multiple features in the pipeline, but we are not sure if we want to stick only to Instagram and
Mhm.
keep adding features for the platform,
Mm.
or do we want to go multi-platform? Like, that is a decision that we are yet
Mm.
to take. Like, we are at least
Okay.
3, 4, 5 months away from it.
Okay. Got it. Got it. So currently you're focusing on the DM automation part very avidly right now. Uh,
Yes.
okay. Okay. So, as you explained all the functioning of Zorcha, I believe the very next competitor, or I would say the biggest competitor that you have right now in the market is ManyChats, right?
Yes.
So, I want you to tell us how Zorcha, how are you guys trying to differentiate Zorcha from ManyChats?
Okay, so it has been easy, and has been easy not because we are great. It's because ManyChat has a lot of shortcomings. I'm not even sure if I'm allowed to say such stuff, but like, basically, the first yeah, we're not that big yet. We haven't ever consulted any legal teams or anything of that sort. I'm not sure if this can get me into trouble or not. But nevertheless, I will see how it goes. One thing that I challenge people with is that go try any of our competitors, and go try our platform. I challenge them that our UI will be better, will be simpler, it'll be easy to understand, and you will be able to create an automation in 2 minutes without thinking, okay, did I do everything right? Because when we design the platform,
Mhm.
every day we ask this question, okay, is there something that is redundant that can be removed? So on our platform, you will not see a single letter, a single button, a single anything that is not absolutely necessary to the functioning of the dashboard. And that is why our dashboard is super clean. So if you use any of our competitors, and if you use ours, you will immediately see the difference in user experience. So that is one. The second is the pricing. So our pricing is unlimited. So you once you pay the price, you don't have to worry at all about any money being deducted, your reel going viral, and then you exhausting the plan that you've taken, any of those things. So like, our pricing is very easy to understand, is very fair per se, and like, it does not punish you for growing. Whereas most of our competitors have a price per contact or a price per message kind of a model, wherein the more viral you go, the more you pay them. So I don't see the point in
True.
that. Like, people come to use the platform so
Mhm.
that they can go viral, but then you're punishing them financially for going viral. So that does not make much sense. So that is another thing that differentiates us from them. There's one more very small thing. So when both of so ours is completely free till 30th June, but after 30th June it won't be free. So when it won't be free, we will still have a free trial. Now the question is, what do we offer, or what restrictions do we put on the free trial? So of course, us and our competitors both will have the restriction of the number of messages, number of automations, and those stuff in place. But apart from that, there is another restriction that most companies put, which is a watermark restriction. So if you go to any image generation or a background removal
Mm.
website, they put a watermark if you're using the free version, right? How it works in DM automation
Right.
is that right now, if you use one of our competitors' product and a person is on the free plan and they have created an automation, then whenever a message is sent, after that message, another message is sent which says automated by at the rate the name of the company. So every time you are
Mm.
sending your user a message, you're also sending a message that says, "Okay, I'm using ManyChat and I'm not paying them, so that's why they forcefully send this message." Uh, Okay,
Mm.
but in our case, what we do is we do not send that message. When the message is sent, and when there is a link in the and the link that is there in the message, when you click on that link, the loading time. So instead of showing just a small circle as a loading screen, we just show redirected by Zorcha. So it's only
Zorcha,
there on
yeah.
the screen for a second. It's only there on the screen for a second or 2 seconds, uh, and then the website immediately loads. But I think that is enough for the user, for the user's user, to understand
Mm.
that okay, this is the tool that I can use if I want to create my own automations. And currently, we are processing almost 4.5 lakh messages a day. So basically, we are getting 4.5 lakh free eyeballs every day because of that redirected by Zota.
And since I have been using Zorcha from the past few months, I believe this is pretty fair. If you are, giving such a great automation to
Yeah.
influencers at ultimately no cost, so that smart branding should definitely be there, and I completely
Yeah.
agree with that.
Mhm.
So uh,
In fact, we've
I
gotten a
am
lot of
more
messages
interested.
of people
Yeah.
saying, "Bro, I'm very willing to pay you. Please remove this watermark." But then we didn't have the system to remove it yet because we did not have a pricing model. So we did
Okay.
not have the code to collect payments and like or charge people, give them the bills. Like there's a lot of stuff involved there as well. So we were like, sorry, like we
Hmm.
want to, and we'll be very happy to collect payments, but like we can't. We don't have those systems in place yet. Like we're just building it while we're letting people use it for free.
Got it. Got it. Got it.
Yeah.
So I'm actually more interested about the content that you're putting on Instagram. So what I can see is that one personality where you are the co-founder of Zorcha, and the other personality where you are posting content on Instagram, a full-fledged reel, which is backed with information. It holds a lot of information as far as I've seen the reels. So, how does that content strategy working for Zorcha? Is like, tell me if it is for your personal brand, or is it anyway helping Zorcha out?
Oh, of course it helps Zorcha. So even when I'm talking about random stuff, I'm wearing the Zorcha t-shirt.
Yeah.
Uh, so like somewhere in the mind, even if people are not thinking, even if they don't know Zorcha, like one day when they hear of Zorcha or they try to use it, they're like, okay, I've seen this somewhere. I've heard about this somewhere. So like they won't know, but they'll just feel that subconscious trust because they know the brand. They don't remember how, but they know it. So and of course the reels that I
Mm-hmm.
put for Zorcha, of course they help Zorcha. Like that is
Okay.
one of the reasons why we got that initial jump, and then now it's spreading more through word of mouth. But the initial jump that we got, a huge credit for that would go to the reels that I've been creating for the past so many years.
Hmm. Just a quick question that I have. Then we'll move to our other questions. Since you are yourself an entrepreneur, and you are running this whole complete setup, right? And you're also onto Instagram. You are the face of Zorcha, I believe, on Instagram, right? So tell
Yeah.
me, being an entrepreneur, should everyone out there who's trying to build their brand, should they be present on social media promoting their brands out? in this generation. What do you what are your views on this?
Yes, I mean, I absolutely like. You can pick the platform you like. If you don't like to create videos, you can go on Twitter. If you don't like to post such small threads, you can go on LinkedIn. You can write a blog post about what you think or what you're working on. If you're comfortable with videos, you can come to Instagram. If you're comfortable with long form videos, go to YouTube. If you're comfortable with just photos and stories through photos, again come to Instagram. But being on social media today is more important than having a website, than having a resume, than having anything else. Your social presence,
Hmm.
your presence or your command on any one of the social media platforms is more valuable than a lot of things that were considered valuable 10 years back. Like today, if you don't have a
Hmm.
website but you have like a LinkedIn profile with let's say 100K followers, that's more valuable than having a website.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I think everyone has to. Everyone will have to do it. Whoever won't do it will just fall behind, or will just have
Hmm.
like a very big disadvantage. Yeah, and also if you don't
Okay.
want to like build
Hmm.
a personal brand or be out there personally, you can just, if you can pull that off, even though it's tougher, you can have a page that you own that has a significant following. It could be your brand page, it could be a random page, but like having distribution on some or the other social media is very important.
Interesting. Interesting. So, since we are actually on the point of personal finance, let me ask you this question out. I want you to tell us how an individual can leverage AI tools to better manage their finances today. Because let's say if there is an individual who is really messed up with his or her personal finance, but knows how to work with ChatGPT, how can he or she leverage ChatGPT or any kind of LLM or any kind of AI tool out there to manage their finances?
Mm. Okay, so like I think so to manage your finances, you just need to do like let's break it down. Let's say three things you need. First is you need to understand
Hmm.
what personal finance is. So that's the learning part. So for
Okay.
learning, you can just read these five books that we just talked about, or you can use ChatGPT to learn them. So you can go to ChatGPT, tell them, okay, give me the summary of the top five books. What do I need to learn? You can keep asking questions; it'll keep giving you good answers, and you will learn about personal finance. So that is one thing like where you can use AI, even though it's not necessarily very useful, because if even if you read slow, you can finish a book in a week. The kind of books that I'm talking about, they're like 150 pages. So like if you read 20 pages a day, you'll finish it in a week. So five books,
Okay.
it'll hardly take you a month and a half. So it's not that big of a task, especially when it is something that is going to impact you for the rest of your life in every aspect of it. So for
Correct.
learning, you don't necessarily need AI. You can use AI if you just find it more interesting. The second is the execution part. Now in execution, there are two sections. First is your behavior, and second is your investing ideas. So first is whether you choose to like very small things, where you're spending your money on, how you're budgeting, how like are you investing first or are you spending first. So those are the things. It's about the mindset. Like before buying something, are you thinking, do I really need this? Are you thinking in terms of the number of hours that you need to work in order to be able to afford that? So the first part, which is the behavior part, I don't understand how AI can help you stop that, unless there is this AI app wherein wherever you're about to make a spending, it'll just automatically detect it and tell you, no, 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 you shouldn't do this. Don't spend your money here, or just rethink it. And maybe if you still think it's a good idea, come back tomorrow and spend it here. Unless that's the case, I don't know how AI will help you with the behavior. The other part is the competence, which is basically deciding which investment option is the best for you and then investing there. So in that case, AI can be good, but I will not recommend to go to AI for that right now. You can discuss with AI, you can ask for recommendations, but you shouldn't blindly follow them, because personal
Hmm.
finance, much like many other fields, like let's say medicine, so there have been instances of ChatGPT saving lives, but will I ask go to ChatGPT, put in my symptoms, get a medicine, and just blindly take it? No, I'll probably ask or discuss just out of curiosity, just like how I used to Google. But
Hmm.
I will consult a medical professional before taking any medicine or any routine change. for any symptoms that I may have. So similarly for finance, I might ask out of curiosity, but then I would highly recommend consulting a financial advisor before taking any decisions. Not to take decisions based on just ChatGPT's advice. It's very specific,
Mm-hmm.
and it requires a lot of context to give you the right advice. It needs to know. So a good financial advisor will ask you so many questions about your life, because that is important in recommending you the right financial product. So unless
Hmm.
you can give ChatGPT all of that context, I don't think it will work well.
Hmm. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. All right. So let's move ahead. I recently watched one of your reels at your Instagram page where you emphasized your positioning, Zorcha's positioning, as a better alternative rather just a cheaper one, right? And I really like that line. When it comes to US based competitors, the comparison that we all make, uh, that line actually works really well there. So do you believe emerging startups can strategically use AI to build and execute more effective marketing campaigns? Like you are from the marketing background and you know many things about marketing and finance. So can AI be used by new startup founders to create marketing campaigns or marketing strategies?
I don't even think it's a can question. I think it's a must question. Like, people must use AI to
Okay.
for everything. Like, it actually, there is an AI tool for everything, and in most cases it is 10x faster and 5x better. So, like,
Mm-hmm.
I think like wherever you can do something faster and better with AI, just you should do it.
Mhm. But how can they quantify whether a marketing strategy given by AI is good or bad for their startup or not? Let's say I'm a technical person, I am not that aware about marketing strategies and stuff. How can I quantify between the strategies?
No, but see, it does not matter if the campaign is generated by AI or not. You will have to have some metric to decide which marketing campaign is better. So let's suppose you're planning a marketing campaign for your company, and you have three different agencies who are proposing to you a marketing campaign which they think will work best. Now you will have to have some metrics that which will help you choose one of the three. So now just think of AI as an agency,
Hmm.
and they recommend you a fourth marketing campaign plan, and now you have to compare the four. So you will have to have some metric to compare anyways. Like, it does not matter if it's AI generated or not.
Okay, got it, got it. So, tell me three marketing strategies that you would strongly recommend to early stage startups, regardless of the industry they are in. Like you personally believe your trusted marketing strategies that you might have.
So the first one we already discussed it. Being on social media, organic growth, organic reach. That is the most
Hmm.
important. Does not matter if it comes
Hmm.
from dancing on Instagram or like writing very detailed blog posts on LinkedIn. You have to have that. That is the first. It's the most effective, the most
Okay.
scalable, the fastest growing, and if you're early stage, most affordable as well. The second one
Hmm.
will be somehow building a system into your product that makes your customers your biggest sales team. So if I again give the example of Zorcha, we mentioned that we are processing 4.5 lakh messages every day. All of those messages go with links, and all of those links come with redirected by Zorcha watermark. Now either
Right.
either Zorcha has like enough viewership that we get 4.5 lakh views every day on a reel, which is like 500,000 views almost on every reel every day, or our customers are just getting us similar eyeballs, and it's just growing. So it snowballs. Like, all of those people that see 100 of them become customers. Next
Hmm.
time it goes to like 10 lakh, then 200
Hmm.
people become customers, and then those 200 again contribute to, like, let's say 1 lakh messages or something, and then it keeps snowballing. So you have to build systems into your product or into your startup wherein your customers become your biggest sales salesperson. The
Hmm.
third marketing technique which will be very effective. Mm.
What do you think about
I think these two
affiliate
are good
marketing?
enough.
Because okay.
Oh yeah, affiliate is
Okay.
another.
And anything about
Affiliate is very good. If you can incentivize people, then
Mhm.
affiliate is a portion of your customers becoming your biggest marketing agents. So most affiliate people are also
Mhm.
users of the product. They also use and believe in the product. That's why they sell it as well. At least in our case, all of our affiliate partners are Zorcha avid Zorcha users, and they have received value from us. That is why they're promoting it, even though they're also getting like 50%
Mhm.
commissions for 11 months. So the financial incentive is also huge. But yeah,
Mhm.
affiliate is good, but I think that it just falls under that umbrella. So I can only think of two. One is organic through social media, and the second is making your customers your sales people somehow. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, got it. So let's shift the question to some other dimension. Since you are traveling different places around to get Socha International, and you are taking initiative to you are at Vietnam right now. You are building your website in the native language Vietnamese over there. Let's take an example. Consider the people at Vietnam and consider people at India right now. So, what do you believe other levels of understanding or the levels of acceptance of AI in the people of Vietnam and in the people of India, according to you?
Okay, so I am not aware of that. Like I don't know how much. I do know that Vietnamese people are very tech savvy. All of them have phones and laptops,
Mm-hmm.
and all of them are like, at least all the ones that I met are like very comfortable using these devices. The internet here again is really cheap,
Mm-hmm.
much like India. So that is also not a blocker for anyone,
Okay.
and even the devices are like reasonably
Mm-hmm.
priced, so even that is not a blocker for them. So I do know that they're very tech savvy. I'm not sure how much AI they're using per se. Like I didn't have that discussion, but for India we know like
Mm-hmm.
everyone is using it, so that's great.
Yeah, yeah. But how's the adoption rate? Like, are people willing to adopt AI into their
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't have
day-to-day
the data
lives
for
or
that
into
to
their
be able to
businesses?
answer
Yeah.
that. I don't have
Acha.
the data
Okay.
to be able to answer that accurately.
Okay. Okay, okay, okay. Got it, got it. So, tell me something about the like I'm asking on the basis of your book. It's all about money. Tell me three key takeaways that you would like to tell our audience, as well as that you use, yeah, that you personally apply in your life as well as in your business from your book.
Okay, so that book talks about breaking down your goals. So break down your larger
Hmm.
goals into short term goals, and then try to achieve those short term goals, and then eventually it will lead you to achieving those long term goals. So how it relates to finance is that if you want to buy a car, and you need like, let's say, 15 lakhs for it, you're not going to save it instantly. So just break that goal down, and keep a target of saving 30,000 or 50,000 every month for the next 2 years to be able to reach that 15 lakh goal. So that is one. It applies everywhere in life. It applies in business. So let's suppose you want to go international. We can't go to every country in the world, so it's break it down. Where can we go right now? Okay, right now we can afford Vietnam. It's a market that has not been targeted yet. It's very close, and it has some features that give us a strategic advantage. Let's begin from there, and while we build our tech to accommodate the other compliances that are required in some countries, then we'll go there. And then like just break down goals. It can be applied to any business, and it can be applied to anyone. So break down goals, that is one. uh, the second is start to think costs of things in terms of time. That is very important.
Hmm.
So in personal finance it will be like, so if let's suppose you're going to spend for 20,000 on something, just think in terms of how many hours you'll have to spend to make that money. So don't think that you're spending 20,000 on this product. Think that you're spending these many hours of your life working to be able to afford that product. So the way it applies to business and life is that in business, if you are thinking of outsourcing something, just think of that cost in terms of hours. So how many hours does this save me,
Hmm.
and where can I invest those hours to generate, can I invest those hours somewhere else to generate a higher ROI? So and you can use that in life as well. So yeah. A third
Okay.
one from the book. Mm, okay, I think invest before you spend. I don't know how that will be applicable in business. At least but while managing businesses finance, it will be very applicable, because like the culture of startups just burning more money than they make. I am not very, I understand how it works, but I'm more of a bootstrapped, cash flow positive business building types.
Hmm.
So in
Hmm.
our case, like even though we are pre-revenue right now, once we are post-revenue, then we will invest that money before we spend on anything, whether it be R&D or sales or performance marketing or just hiring more people to add more features or anything. We will first save and then work, and then budget where we want to spend it.
Hmm. Hmm. So should the investment be just from the monetary standpoint, or should a person or should an individual also invest into themselves, like educating themselves or enriching themselves with knowledge? What is your key takeaway on this? How important is self enrichment or self investment
No, it's like the
in
most
terms of
important.
knowledge?
If you don't do that, then you'll just be left behind.
Hmm.
Like, you have to do that. So anyone who hasn't
Hmm.
learned anything new in the last 3 years does not even know AI exists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay, fair enough. And tell me if you have noticed there are many personal finance educators out there in the market. Uh, uh, Tell me if any mistake that they make in today's digital landscape, according to you, when they are educating people about personal finance.
Okay, so there are a lot of influencers, and I think
Hmm.
generally answering this question will not be fair, because some of them are doing a great job, some of them are doing literally scamming. So I don't think there's a general answer which can cover all influencers per se. One thing that I really don't, which I think is just like, it's not possible, but it's just very common. Like, you can't teach someone stock market in like 2 hours or like a day, even like a week. If someone were to
The
learn
masterclass thing.
stock market, any webinar or any trading, technical analysis, chart based trading things, or anything of that sort, like anything that
Yeah.
teaches you
Uh-huh.
how to invest yourself in the markets directly and make really good money out of it, I don't think that is possible in like a week or anything. I think it will take at least 1 to 2 years of very dedicated and consistent effort for anyone to be able to learn it. So I think that people shouldn't tell people that you can learn how to invest in the market or anywhere that quickly. uh,
Mm-hmm.
I personally think that
Mm-hmm.
recommending them stocks and also telling them when to exit might be like a better idea than giving them the hope that they can learn and analyze companies themselves and then invest without putting in. Of course everyone can do it, but they have to put in that effort, and it's not possible to teach
Mm-hmm.
someone that thing in just 5 days.
Hmm. And there are many other shortcut methods also coming up these days, like the color trading, which I came across this term called color trading few months back, I suppose. I didn't get that concept. Is that even valid? Is that even legal? Or does that even work in real life? I don't know. I
Yeah,
haven't heard that
I haven't
before. Are you aware about that?
no, I haven't heard of that term, so I don't know. But like, yeah, technical trading is like, I don't think
Okay.
it works for 99% people.
Uh, okay. All right. So, how do you personally define freedom when it comes to financial independence and entrepreneurship?
Okay, so in entrepreneurship, it's a little easier. I think it's when you have the freedom to choose if you want to work or not. I think it's the freedom to choose what you want
Hmm.
to work on, and it uh, like another level of freedom is to be able to take your business to like to operate at a scale which would not come easily to someone who's starting new. So let's suppose if I have a lot of money
Hmm.
and I wish to start Zorcha, it will be much easier for me than if I have no money and I wish to start Zorcha. So that is another kind of freedom that people can have in business. But I think, yeah, I think mostly it's the freedom to decide when and when not to work, and what to work on and what not to work on. So that is like a very like that is something very important to me. And in terms of personal finance, I think there are multiple levels of freedom. So we also have this concept of like climbing the stairs of freedom. So first you get to grocery freedom, which basically means that the daily essentials that you need, like milk, bread, butter, you don't need to care about how much they cost. Like you don't need to, when you're in a store, you don't need to
Hmm.
think,
Hmm.
okay,
Hmm.
this bread costs cheaper, so like I should stick to this one. You can just buy groceries from wherever, and you don't have to care about the bills. Like a lot of people have this concept that you
Hmm.
can save a lot of money if you go to Dmart instead of Blinkit, doing Blinkit. Fair point,
Hmm.
but
Hmm.
then if you're beyond grocery freedom, then you don't care. You can just Blinkit. And then the second is eating out. Like it does not matter how many times a week you're eating out and what how expensive the restaurant is where you're eating out. It'll still be an insignificant part of your budget. uh, then the third will become travel freedom. Okay, it does not matter how many trips you take in a year. Travel may, of course, we will have to do whether it's luxury travel or like generic travel, and of course whether it's international travel or
Hmm.
it's inside your country travel. And and then you get to like house freedom or car freedom and stuff like that. So you just keep climbing those ladders. And
Hmm.
yeah, so that's how you should think about personal finance freedom, like what stage you're at.
Okay. Hmm. So the definition of freedom definitely changes when you switch from entrepreneurship to personal finance, or when you consider both these domains separately. So each domain has their separate meaning of freedom, right?
Yeah, but they're also overlapping. So in personal finance, also the types of freedoms that I mentioned,
Hmm.
they are materialistic freedoms. So in personal finance, you can also have this freedom. Okay, I don't need to have house freedom. Like it does not matter to me that I can any house I look at, I can just buy it. I don't want that level of freedom. I'm very
Hmm.
happy with reaching just travel freedom, and that's good because that travel freedom, I can travel, I can eat good food, and I also have enough money to sustain my family. And yeah, that's good enough for me. Now
Hmm.
I'm looking for more work life balance than jet freedom or like yacht freedom, something like that.
Okay.
And I think house
Hmm.
freedom is like another extreme. Like it's multimillionaire level freedom. So I don't even think house freedom is important for most people, because you don't need like 10 houses. Like
Hmm. 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 Right, you can have one, but that should be the best one, like where you can easily accommodate and you're
yeah,
comfortable.
I think once you reach luxury travel freedom, that's when you already have enough money to live a
Hmm.
good life in your family. And that's, I think, good enough.
Hmm.
Like you can send
Correct.
your children
Okay.
to the best
Got it.
schools. You won't have any financial problem per se.
Hmm. Got it. Got it. So, like your 10:30 p.m. deep dive ritual, which you mentioned on your LinkedIn.
No,
So I
I
want to
haven't
know
been
the
able to
story
do that.
behind that thing.
No, I haven't
Yeah, but
been
you
able to
mentioned
do that.
that.
Yeah, I need to remove it.
Okay. Okay. Okay, but still, what was the concept behind that? Can you just tell us the concept?
Well, I was just trying to get regular on LinkedIn, build an audience there as well, but it was really hard, like
Hmm.
with all the other things going on. So I did do it for a few days,
Hmm.
but then I could not continue it.
Okay. So that was just from the regularity standpoint, that you need to regularly upload some content on LinkedIn. at
Mm.
10:30?
It,
Okay,
it
okay,
was
got it.
a two-forked approach. So I enjoy reading books, but like sometimes meetings and
Hmm.
work and they just take away the time and you don't get those 15, 20, 30 minutes a day of reading. So I thought if I just make this a
Hmm.
LinkedIn ritual, then in 1 hour I can get both done. So 30 minutes I read a book or an article, a journal, anything, and then I whatever I learn from it, I just take another 30 minutes to write and post that on LinkedIn. So that was the idea. It would have helped in two things, but couldn't do it.
Couldn't. Okay, okay, got it. So, like I personally want you to offer some advice to the Indian startup ecosystem to stay competitive in the global AI space. So, as we all know that you are working for the DM automation and you're planning to bring AI into Zorcha as well. I am working at the AI automation part as well. So, what advice would you offer to all the entrepreneurs in the Indian startup ecosystem to stay competitive in the global AI race?
I think Indians should move to product more than services. So
Okay.
I think Indian tech is good enough, and Indian VC ecosystem has become mature enough. And anyways, we have the best entrepreneurs in the world. That is why they're the leading CEOs in most of the countries, most big companies. So we have everything
Definitely.
in place. I think Indian entrepreneurs should think of building products for the world instead of providing services to the world. We should build products for the world. Like that is, and I think it's happening. I think it's already happening. But
Definitely.
I think one major
And
thing
what do
that
you
all
think
of
about
these,
the regional?
yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just missed a
yeah. Go
point.
ahead.
I wanted to share that one thing that I would prefer if Indian entrepreneurs did is that make sure that if your product is good and it's available worldwide and it's a leading product in whichever niche you're operating in, make sure that the website tells everyone there that's a made in India product. So I've been using so many products which are made in India,
Okay.
but no one knows it's made in India, like in video. Like I did not know it was made in India until I met the founder at SaaSBoomi. And I think if more entrepreneurs mention it very clearly on their website that okay, this product is made in India that you love using, it'll just build a better image in users' minds in foreign countries that made in India products are good. And that will help all the coming entrepreneurs when they're going out, because right now the perception is that a US SaaS product is just better than an Indian SaaS product. And more than US citizens, Indian
Hmm.
citizens have that mindset that okay, I'll work with this US brand
Right.
because it's probably better than the Indian brand. But those who are making good
Hmm.
products, if they tell everyone that this is a made in India product, they'll be like, okay, made in India products are can also be the best in the niche. I think we should all do it.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, fair enough. And what do you think about the development of the uh, core regional language based LLM models? Will that work, or will that help anyway for the Indian audience?
No, that is again thinking inwards. So why do we want to create a core LLM model in just regional languages? Like most of the LLM models we see from abroad, they're in their language as well, and they're in our language as well. So why don't we build something that is for every
Hmm.
language? Why do we want to do Indian regional languages? Why don't we target some language like why don't we have Polish or any other? Matlab,
Hmm.
like even in Europe, like you
Hmm.
just think that
Got it.
there's
Got it.
Spanish and French and German and the main ones, but there are a lot of regional languages in those countries as well. We should like why can't we build a product
Hmm.
for them as well? Like of course have Indian regional languages, but also have those languages and make it the best product in those languages. Like
Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. Right.
yeah,
So,
like we have to
just this
think of
last question on the
creating for the
con.
world.
Yeah. 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 You're saying something.
I was saying that we have to think about creating for the world. We have to, when we are building a product, we don't have to think, "Ki, okay, this I want to be the best in this niche in India. You have to think, I have to be the best in this niche in the world. So that's the mindset that
Hmm.
we should move forward with.
Hmm. Very, very interesting, actually. So, just the last question, I believe, of the conversation. I would like to give you an open canvas to speak for all the struggling entrepreneurs who are watching this podcast out there. Some key lessons, insights, or anything that you would like to share from your journey to the budding entrepreneurs out there.
Okay, so first of all, I think all entrepreneurs are just struggling all the time. So there is a new struggle every day,
Okay.
some of some sort or another.
Okay.
We are struggling entrepreneurs ourselves,
Uh-huh.
and the advice would
Mhm.
just be like there are so many things like that you need to have right to become successful. But one thing is just keep doing, and you'll keep making mistakes, and that mistake will just teach you what you shouldn't have done wrong, and then you go try again and don't make that mistake again. So it's much like any sport or any art form for that matter. So if you're painting, you make a painting, it's bad, you paint again, it's a little better, you paint again, it's a little better. You do that for 30 years, you become a great painter. So I think that's true for entrepreneurship as well. So you can't like begin and like face some hardships and be like, okay, I give up. If you do that, you will never be a successful entrepreneur, and you will find the right way if you're looking for it, and if you're willing to look for it
Hmm.
as many times as it takes. Some people figure it out in the first go, some people take 10 attempts, some people take 100 attempts. You will make it if you are
Hmm.
willing to make it no matter how many attempts.
Okay. Nice. So you should be consistent with your efforts. If you are willing to make something out, if you are willing to make a change uh, through your product, you should be consistent with your idea or with your product that you're building in there, no matter
Yeah.
how many tries or how many attempts it takes to get there. Hmm.
Yeah, but also you should be very flexible. You have to pivot. You If something isn't working out, just leave it. Start something new. That's okay.
Okay. Okay. Got it. So I think the with this question we come to an end of our conversation here. Thank you so much for
Yeah.
taking out time for us. I know you were very busy with Zorcha, and many congratulations for Zorcha international release. I We all
Thank you.
hope that Zorcha is going to be a big thing in the DM automation industry, and it is definitely going to win a lot of hearts out there. And
Thank
I
you.
would suggest my viewers to go check out Zorcha, and definitely it has got many features. It's really amazing. I have personally used Zorcha, and just since this is the end of our conversation, just if you like to say something to the audience, anything about Zorcha or anything about this conversation.
No, it was great chatting. I think like we did discuss a lot of things that can be very useful uh, for entrepreneurs. But most of all, motivation is not like the most important thing for entrepreneurship. I think it's discipline. Motivation fades away, discipline does not. So I think the most important lesson here is just discipline will take you to places that sudden bursts of and excitement or encouragement won't. So just stick to it, and I
Hmm.
hope we all make it wherever we want to go.
Definitely, definitely. So thank you so much, Archit, for being
Thank
on
you.
the show, and I hope we see you in our future episodes or anywhere around whenever we shoot any podcast or video for the AIBROS show.
Done.
And I wish you all the best for Zorcha as well. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a great day.